We're going to invite in our amazing attorney, Miss Shaunette Stokes from the Stokes Law Group.
Hello, everyone.
And so we want to talk a little bit about trademarking and why it is important. She is the one who has trademarked everything Theurgy.
Yes, everything.
Everything Theurgy, and she's amazing. So we're not going to say
Yeah.
anything. We're actually going to
Give her the
allow
floor.
her to say what she needs to say. Give her the floor.
Well, thank you. Well, first and foremost, my name is Shaunette Stokes, and thank you so much for having me. I am the managing attorney at Stokes Law Group. We are a law firm that specializes in estate planning, probate, of course, business law, and intellectual property. We have also added in a new practice area where we will now offer real estate closings to both residential and commercial real estate in Florida. Only, unfortunately, I wish I was in Georgia so I can come and close some
Now,
cases.
you can come to Texas because it's hot.
Y'all are in Texas.
It's hot.
You guys, I can't keep up. That's beautiful. And yes, if you want to reach me, if you want to check out more of what I do, you can find me on my website, stokeslegalcounsel.com.
Yes.
Amazing.
So, as far as trademarking, so when we initially contacted you, we were so green. We had no idea
Though.
what to do, how to do. I think we wanted to trademark our logo because we were like,
Mhm.
no, we just want our logo.
Yeah.
And you said no.
I talked you off the ledge. I didn't say no. I just said reconsider maybe because, with logos specifically, it's an artwork, right? And art changes as technology changes. The graphics look a little bit more 3D as we evolve. So as you are, attempting to protect your brand, I always tell clients first, protect your word mark, the actual brand name. That way, as you are growing and expanding and evolving and changing your logo, you will still have that full protection for your brand because you're never going to change your brand name, but you're going to change your logo. I've changed my logo. I'm pretty sure you've seen plenty of companies change the logo. So I just recommend that if you do not have the Nike check of logos, then save your money
Mm-hmm.
because you're going to eventually change it.
Right. So, why did you suggest to us to do the name immediately?
Because you're never going to change your name, and then you would have exclusive right over your name. You can stop everyone in the United States from using your name. So I recommend name first, and then as you progress forward and your company gets larger, you could always do the name and the logo at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to prioritize, and I know for me, when I first started my business out, I was looking at my logo a little sideways. I got it off Fiverr. I was like, I don't know. I bonded with it, right? But now I have a new logo. Let me see. Let me show you guys. I love my logo, and
Yeah,
I
I love it.
would kill for my logo. And
Yes.
that's the energy behind your logo. If you are feeling that way, then protect it. But
Okay.
if you're just like, it's okay, then don't worry about it. I would just register the word mark. Prioritize.
So, in registering the word mark, what does that exactly mean for in layman's terms?
So the word mark is just your brand name written out in type font, as opposed to us submitting an actual digital copy of your logo. Instead of a drawing, it's just the words typed out.
Okay. And then so can you walk us through that? I mean, I know the process because you've done it several times. Can you walk people through the process of submitting their name?
Absolutely. So from start to finish, I can walk you through my process first, and then I can walk you through the USPTO's process.
Okay.
So with my process, specifically, we will take your intake. So you call my office. We do the intake with you, or you can do it online after you've done your consultation. And actually, during my consultations, most attorneys don't do this, but during my consultations, I will do a light search of your brand name and let you know, hey, it's available. And I will instruct you as to, what else is out there, because I compare your marks with other marks, and I'll let you know, hey, this is out there, but I believe that we have a good chance to fight this through, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's an honest discussion at the very beginning of our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And after we've ended the call, that is when you've done the intake, you've submitted all of the necessary documents that you need to submit, like proof of use, which we call our specimens.
Mm-hmm.
And we also are we're going to research the actual mark. That's the first step. We're going to do a comprehensive research, deep dive on the USPTO's website first. Then we're going to do a deep dive on the actual World Wide Web, because it's one thing to exist, through the USPTO, but what if there's a person that has been in business before you and they're just a small company and they just haven't really gotten a chance to file for the trademark? They still would have the opportunity on the back end to get your trademark canceled. Yeah. So it's not just about, coming in before that person. You just want to have exclusive rights at the forefront. Right. You don't want to risk it where when you're filing a trademark application, you have 5 years from now, someone said, I own that mark well before this person did. And you just don't want to run that risk. So those are conversations that we have with you on the phone during our consultation, and also after we've done the research. And we'll let you know, we'll compare your mark to other marks, and we'll also do an analysis of the strength of the mark. So we want to make sure that not only comparing your marks to other trademark holders or business owners in the United States, we're going to also make sure that your mark is so strong that there's no issue with the USPTO, because sometimes descriptive marks have a huge problem going through. And the more made up the term is, the more strong it is. But then sometimes you have marks that become a part of the dictionary or the English language, like Tylenol, aspirin. You have to look up Velcro there's a Velcro commercial, and they're just telling people stop calling everything Velcro, because it's not. Everything that latches together is not Velcro. That's the brand name. And a lot of people just call everything. I call it Velcro to be. So they're like, as trademark holders, the onus is on you to stop consumers from diluting your brand and making it just so generic that everyone's calling everything Velcro, right? Just like Google, we say Google it.
Right.
You're using AOL, you're using Yahoo. It's not, just Google. Yeah. So we just have to be mindful of making sure as trademark holders that we keep the strength of the mark post-registration and pre-registration, and I'll have that conversation with you. This mark is a little bit weak in terms of trademark standards, not weak in terms of brand. I love the brand, but it's trademark standards. It does not meet that bar, unfortunately. So after we've done the actual research, we will submit it to you in a pretty little memo and say, hey, yay or nay, you can go proceed to the application phase, or no, I think that you need to rebrand. And I have an honest conversation with the client and tell them, hey, you'll need to rebrand because there's someone out there with that mark. I don't want to ever put my client out there and risk them getting a cease and desist letter, because obviously they're going to look back at me and say, Shaunette, why? Why did I get a desist letter? Because I'm not the ones that's getting the cease and desist letter. The client is. So I'm making sure that you all are aware of the potential risks in proceeding with a trademark application, especially if you're infringing on someone else's mark. Okay. So, excuse me. So after the research phase, I give you the green light or the yellow light or the red light, and you make a decision as to whether you want to proceed. And we have that discussion moving forward, and we file the application. We'll prepare the application, send it to you, and then file it. So everything is hands-on between myself and the client, and you guys see everything every step of the way. And every I believe every Friday, my staff does send out updates to trademark. Oh, you guys get them too.
Yes, we do. Because we're waiting on one now.
Yeah, so they're doing their job at.
Yes,
Absolutely. So they send out updates throughout the entire phase. Even if there's not much movement, we let you know. And then once it is received by the USPTO, and I'm going to tell you guys this now, I've seen, instead of when we first started working together, it was about 3 months pending before it got assigned to an examiner. Well, you guys got to get that out of your head because it's about 7 to 9 months now. And
yes, I noticed that.
I cannot believe this. And they've hired new attorneys and it's still bad.
Wow.
So that agency just has to get their life together. So, and I do have clients that it's like, where's my trademark? I don't know. It's still not assigned to the examiner. And I can't call anybody and ask for the manager. You know, it's the USPTO, the federal government. I can't make someone move, you know? So after the examiner actually gets the assignment, then they're going to go through the same exact analysis that I've gone through. So you have a twofold analysis because you're submitting this application to an attorney. I don't know if many people know that. This is a legal proceeding, and you're asking this attorney to give you the exclusive rights in the United States for this trademark.
Right.
And it's very intense and it's time consuming, but that's why there's attorneys involved as opposed to individuals trying to do it themselves because it's a headache.
Right.
The application looks so easy and it is so misleading.
Yeah.
So we didn't know because you did ours.
So misleading. I have so many clients that come to me and say, I did it myself, but I did it wrong. I know because it's in plain English, but it's not really in plain English because there are some terms on that application that are technical terms that most attorneys know that practice trademark law on a daily basis that most lay people don't know, you know? So I think if you're going to do anything in your business, have an attorney register your trademark. Now, most attorneys are not going to like this, but if you're trying to save coins and you're going to prioritize, attorney, do the trademark, you do your copyrights. Because as content creators, that's a skill you need to learn.
So explain, Shaunette, not to interrupt, explain to the people what the difference is between trademarking and copywriting.
So with the trademark registration, you have the exclusive right to your brand name. So your brand could be a color, a smell, a logo, a chime, like the Aflac duck, the MGM lion roar. All of that is registered as a trademark, yes. And the Tiffany blue color, that's a registered trademark. So you have anything that identifies your company. So if a consumer is looking at your products, they're going to say, that's Theurgy, that's Stokes Law Group, right?
Yes.
As opposed to with copyrights, we don't necessarily know what Stokes Law Group's producing, right? It's always the content within the actual business. And sometimes copyright content that you create may be sellable or protectable under trade secret law. So content specifically can be recipes, and you don't want other people to know your recipe. Think about Coca-Cola, right? But if you are producing, if you're producing photos, or a photographer, if you're producing videos, you as a creative need to learn the skill to protect that work. So I tell people to put themselves on a schedule every 3 to 6 months. Whatever content you've created, send that to the copyright office because that's going to protect it. And when someone steals it, because you need a copyright registration certificate to show proof, just like a birth certificate to show proof that you exist, you need a copyright certificate to show proof that you birthed that creation, right? That creative baby. So in the court of law, they're going to ask you, where's your copyright certificate if you're claiming that this person stole your works? Because works is the operative word, your creative works. So if you're claiming that this person stole your works, did you register it? That's the first question. Because the court wants to see that you actually have exclusive ownership to your work and that you have the exclusive right to allow other people to copy that work.
Right.
That's the difference. Whereas trademark, you want to be exclusive. You don't want anyone to touch your brand. I'm Stokes Law Group. You can't be Stokes Law Group. And I operate as Stokes Law Group. Right? Whereas with copyrights, you can be a little bit more friendly with your creativity, right? People, producers, for instance, share their beats with artists, right? And then you have artists that will write for other artists. This is all protected under copyright law and licensing. And a good example is Microsoft Word or just Microsoft the suite. They give us licenses to use their exclusive copyright to that software. Microsoft owns the exclusive right to that software, and they give us the license to recreate and use it in our homes. So copyright is content and trademarks are your brand. Anything that anyone would identify as a source of your goods or services.
So let me say this, Shaunette. There are a million questions going on right now.
With questions. So
if you guys have questions, we're not going to hold her tonight. Get them in because so someone said I'm going through the trademark process right now and it's a lot of work. And then someone said, can you touch on trademarking a name versus a phrase or a slogan? Do you trademark it? Do you trademark it all as a priority, or is it all the same?
So it's based on how you feel about your business. I can't tell you what to prioritize in your business, right? So I would tell you, first and foremost, you would want to prioritize your business or your brand name, not necessarily your business name, because your business could certainly be different than your brand, what the public sees specifically, right? So you could have a generic brand name like XYZ Enterprises, but then XYZ Enterprises owns Stokes Law Group, right? So I would recommend that what does the public see? If the public sees Stokes Law Group as your brand, then protect that. And as mentioned with the logo, if you don't really care for your logo, don't protect it if you are just protecting it so that the next person can't use it, because there's a difference, you know? So I want to make sure that they understand that, one, I can't tell you how to prioritize.
Yeah.
Right. But I would give you the best advice as to, one, you should most certainly prioritize the word mark. But if I've had clients do the logo, they've gone against my advice and just done the logo as opposed to the actual brand name. So it is honestly and truly up to the client and up to their business.
How do they contact you? And then I'm going to go to the next question because I want to make sure that's across the screen, because I'm going to tell you guys, she is our trademark attorney or lawyer and the best ever. We don't go to anyone else. Whenever I have something, I shoot her an email and I kind of let it go. So she's amazing. And I think you trademarked our name when we were like 30 or 60 days in the business or something like that. And I
very brand new. You guys had just started
now. So
yes, I love to see your growth too. I just sit back and just watch all of my clients just grow within their businesses, and it just makes me happy, and it actually drives me to grow. It pushes me in my business, so it's just a constant circle. We push each other.
Okay, so how do they contact you? So, because we're gonna put it up on the screen.
Yeah, we want people to see.
Yes.
Yeah. Stokes Law Group, everything. So Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. That's social media. And if you need to contact me via email, I would recommend just emailing me at Shaunette@stokeslegalcounsel.com. And I know that's long.
It's long. At stokeslegalcounsel.com.
Yes, I can try to type it into the chat.
Okay. And then someone said, with the 7 to 9 month timeline for trademark, when are you actually protected?
At when you get the registration certificate. So throughout the entire trademark phase or the registration phase, you're just pending. You're hoping that you get the actual certificate. You can't stop individuals from using your mark until you get that paper certificate or the digital certificate in hand, because that's just like going to rob a bank with a water gun. You don't have anything. You have no protection at all.
Right.
So you really want to make sure you go in guns blazing and protect it all the way. So when you get the actual certificate, but I would tell you this, the sooner the better. As soon as you create your brand, you are the first, you're considered priority as when you're actually applying, not when you create the brand. There's a difference. So if you've created the brand and just sat back and say, okay, I'll wait till 5 years when my brand gets bigger, then I'll protect it. And then you
see
back.
That was one of my questions, not to interrupt you.
Of course.
And I know that you are very particular because we've been working with you for a very long
3
time.
years.
You're very particular about not telling people or making decisions for people.
Yes.
And that's a great thing. However, if it were you and you were starting your own company, because we are working with people that are starting their businesses from the ground up. In what phase of starting their business should they start their
trademark registration? I tell them before they even start the business, before they have that launch party.
Oh.
Because if you think about it, most prudent business owners, most celebrities, everyone, before they launch the brand, they're going to ask the federal government for protection, essentially. Look at Kim Kardashian. So before she did Skims, she did kimono, but there was a pending trademark application for kimono, right? And until she got negative feedback from the world, that is when she decided to rebrand. It wasn't until she got negative feedback, but she was well on her way to getting protection.
Oh, wow.
Before she actually launched. So I would say before you even launch your brand and your brand name and you have that launch party and post your website, I would say file an intent to use application. You're telling the trademark office that I intend to use this mark within the next 6 to 9 months. And that gives you the freedom that you're first in line before anyone else. And then 2, you can submit to them all of your proof of use once you finally have it in hand. You don't have to wait till you're in business.
Right.
And then you have extra opportunities. So say, for instance, there's a delay in production and you have products. You have at least 3 opportunities to push the deadline back to get more time in the production phase, but it does cost. The USPTO doesn't let you go through their process for free. Each time you ask for more time, they're going to ask you for more money to hold your place in line, essentially. That's what it is. You want me to hold your place in line? Give me some more money. That's it.
Wow.
Right. So that goes to this question. It says, well, I think they need to email her, but I'll read it. What are your trademarking fees without additional categories added? If you
can go to my website and it's up there. So I actually accept Sezzle. So if you go to my website and you go to the shop page, all of my fees are on there. And if we do offer Sezzle, which is 4 interest-free payments over a 6-week period.
Oh, that's nice.
That's awesome.
Yes. And so we will.
When we first started our business, we were a little broke. I wish.
Why you didn't Sezzle then?
We were all broke when we started our businesses. That's the whole goal, is to get rich. Hopefully.
True.
Well, guys, you have the opportunity to do Sezzle. We didn't.
Yes, Sezzle is very new, and the fees are on my website, and also the additional filing fees if you have additional classes.
And your website is again?
StokesLegalCounsel.com. So I'm going to type that in there right now. And again,
it's Stokes for you. StokesLegalCounsel.com.
Yes, I'm going to type.
And then someone said, so when producers share beats, do they own the copyright to the original beat?
If they're smart, they would. Because so I'll say this. Most certainly, producers slip up and they learn through, people taking their beats. And I think you have to just get to a point where you are about your business. If you are a musician and you are protecting your your stuff, just all of the content that you create. So everything happens, everything gets stolen. You're infringed on it with your trademark, your copyright. It's just up to you as the creative to actually protect it before you put it out there. And I recommend that you do protect it, and then you give the license to use that. It could be a non-exclusive license or an exclusive license. An exclusive license comes with a premium.
Okay.
Okay.
So I thought of something I can't remember now. Sorry, my eyes itching.
Okay.
Gosh, because you told me something once, and I was like, really? Oh, brain dead.
I see a lot of things that shock people. I'm sorry.
Well, the fact of the matter is this: a lot of people are starting up companies with us new, and the information that you've given right now is just priceless. Because again, starting a new business, the last thing you're thinking about investing in is trademarking.
Right.
Yeah.
So we were actually in business some months before we trademarked. So you're recommending that people put that in their startup costs to trademark. And you're recommending that they trademark the name, correct?
Any more questions? Because we're going to wrap up with
Shaunette
Stokes Esquire.
And guys, she's awesome.
She is amazing.
She made the process for us, for Theurgy, very, very seamless. We gave it to her and walked away.
Yeah.
So
guys, thank you so much.
I mean, anytime we give her something, we give it and we walk away. And like she says, her team does really communicate. Hey, we're just still waiting. We're still waiting.
Yeah,
she's amazing. She's amazing.
Thank you. So I wanted to say this with respect to putting the budget for trademarks before you launch. You just have to think about putting in so much money into a brand that you wanting to launch, like you taken photos, marketing, built your website, and then imagine looking back and seeing someone else with that same mark and just that slip in your mind. You have to rebrand. You have to pay a whole new photographer. You have to pay a whole new graphic designer to rebrand your logo. So why not get that permission from the USPTO before you launch? Because you're going to save money at the end.
Absolutely. And if we had known that, we kind of found you after the fact, but if we had known that, we would have done it.
A friend
did not have that issue though, so you guys are good.
Yeah. And we we're leading the trademark with Theurgy.
Yes, you are.
But I think we jumped in there as fast as we could.
Yeah. And I can't wait to see you guys expand out in other categories. I see it happening. I know it.
Absolutely.
Look at God.
We're absolutely going to. Absolutely.
So I was trying to whisper to Tamika, but she didn't. So I had contacted you previously saying that we wanted to gift someone with the trademark. Well, we didn't get enough applications. And so we were kind of like, oh, so I want to steal who's ever on this live right now, but you'll have to email us.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to give, Theurgy is going to gift someone a trademark from
amazing. Whoa, that's huge.
The Stokes Law Group.
In the Stokes Law Group. So you have to email where they're emailing. Who they emailing? Because it ain't gonna be me.
Okay, guys, we're gonna
email flooded.
You email coaching at theurgylogistics.com.
Yes.
Again, that is coaching at theurgylogistics.com. And again, register, let us know who you are. And
but you have to tell us about your business. Tell us what you want to do with your business. Just email us your business, what your business concept is, and we will by next Wednesday
make a
decision, and then we will put you in contact with Miss Stokes so you can begin your process, because she's amazing. I wish everyone would use her.
And we also understand that when you're starting up a business, you have so much money involved without making any. You're not bringing in any money, however, you're spending it.
Yes.
So Theurgy wants to help a business owner to be able to trademark their name and protect themselves before they start their business.
So email us at coaching@theurgylogistics.com. Look, I just put her on the spot sheet. I don't know how busy she is or not.
No, I don't mind at all. Okay. I'm open to anyone. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
So email us again, and it's on the screen, coaching@theurgylogistics.com. We are going to choose by next Wednesday. You'll get a wonderful email back from us saying that you have been chosen, but email us your business concept. What else is the email? I don't remember.
And guys,
the website. If you don't have a website, that's fine, because a lot of people don't feel like you need one, but you do.
Yeah.
And your social media page. And we are going to gift someone a trademark.
Yes,
that's exciting.
Wow.
Share it with someone, or talk to someone that may be starting a business that may need to trademark, that they need to protect their brand, or talk to someone that may be starting a logistics company and bringing them to Theurgy Training Institute.
Wow.
At the end of the day, this right here is very important. This is a very, very important process of starting your business. And I know there are a lot of entrepreneurs out there that is looking to start their business right now. And if you are, this is a very important process. Just as important as getting your LLC or whatever the case may be. You guys need to jump on it.
Yes.
Protect yourself to start.
And Miss Stokes is amazing. So still contact her. Stokes Law Group, or what is it, Stokes?
Yes, it's Stokes Law Group.
Stokes Law Group on all social media platforms.
Yep.
She is open. She's amazing to talk to. If you email her, she's actually very communicative. She will respond. Yes. She really will.
Yes. And you guys will not be disappointed. So again, we've talked to you about how important things are. Yes. If you guys would like more information on the trademarking, and you want to retain Ms. Stokes as a
legal counsel,
the information is on the screen.
Yes. Right there. Like I like to do that. Wait, right there.
Feel free to reach out to her. Yes. And again, guys, if you're interested in joining Theurgy Training Institute, you can email us at coaching@theurgylogistics.com. And guys, we appreciate you for joining us.
Thank you, Shaunette. You're amazing. Yes. And just so y'all know, she's not feeling 100%, but you can't tell because you
know. She did not want to let you guys down. No. She wanted to show up.
Yes.
And she wanted to talk to you guys. So please support Miss Shaunette. And again, even if you don't, she's amazing. So.
You guys are amazing. I really appreciate you guys for having me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
You're
much.
Very welcome, and feel better.
Thank you. I will. I'm gonna knock out on my couch.
Absolutely, you should. Yes. So guys, again, all of the information is there. If you have any questions, let us know. Yes. Feel free. And we are going to see you guys next week.
Bye, Shaunette.
Bye, Shaunette.
Bye. U.S. ports are backlogged, and 80,000 truck drivers are needed to help fix the supply chain. The demand is real. And with fewer truckers and drivers to pick up cargo, now is the time to get in with the earning potential of $120,000 a year.
Learn how to start your own trucking company with the Theurgy Training Institute. As a 3PL company with over 25 years of experience in warehousing, ground transportation services, air logistics, and import-exports. Join our mentorship program for $9.97.
We're here to teach you how to properly structure and operate your own trucking company so you can come manifest the lifestyle you've always wanted. You will learn the difference between a broker and a carrier, licensing, and how to find your niche. We will teach you how to set up and run your trucking company as a business and not a side hustle. Only 10 slots available. Visit us at the link below.
We are Theurgy, and we are here for you for the long haul.